Hi, I'm Don Singletary, and welcome to the Day Trading Micro Futures channel on YouTube. The number one thing that puts people out of business, that causes day traders to fail, is not learning rule number one. We'll be talking about that today. Would you go skydiving without taking the safety lessons first? I really doubt it. Well, 90% of day traders will fail within the first 6 months. And the number one, really the only reason, is that they forget how to learn to protect their money before they try to make any. Because losing your money, hey, you're out of business, and fast. Here on the channel, we try to teach home investors an affordable way to learn how to trade. And at first, that means trading small. Trading small and not exposing your account to a lot of risk. Try to make it last. You know, it won't matter if you learn stop orders, books, videos, trade indicators, win-loss ratios, which you trade, how many times you trade, or your accounts. None of that matters if you don't learn rule number one. Okay, now it's time for the good news. Learn rule number one, and here's what you get. Take a little bit of money, and you can make a lot of money with it, because this is very risky trading, but on the other hand, it's an exceptional opportunity to use a little bit of money to make a lot. You can use the internet, trade virtually 24/7, and it's a new path to income that you can do from almost anywhere, almost any time. And the Micro E-minis are the most affordable way you can learn to day trade futures. Stand by for today's trade, because I've got a great example that's going to help you learn rule number one. It's a small trade, and I'll show you how we manage the risk, not only at the time we select the trade, but also, most importantly, during the trade. So stand by for that. I picked this trade to feature in today's video. It's a Russell 2K trade, January 15th, just before 10 o'clock in the morning. And I shorted only one contract of the Russell 2K Micro E-mini at 21.2570. Now, the reason I picked this time to short is the momentum is waning. It's been going up, but only slightly. And as you can see by the green arrow and the red line and green line in the MACD, the green line's about to go under the red line, which is a bearish sign. I hit the positions tab in the Tastyworks software. I see the trade price. I see the current number of points won or lost, and then in the yellow circle, the amount of the profit loss. And right from the get-go, this trade is in the green, which is really good. Now, for a moment, I considered using a bracket order, but I decided to forget about trying to portend a target price here. And instead, I give it some thought and decide that I'll put a stop market order. Now, stop market, remember, once the trigger price is hit, it becomes a market order and trades at the next available price. I finally decided on 21.27, which is a very small amount of risk, and we're already in the money in the trade. So it makes this one pretty low risk, actually, to be able to try to hold on to. You can see there my stop market order is 21.27, and I'm trading about 21.24.5 right now, still up around $5 or $6. Not a lot of money yet, but it's going the right way, and we'll watch it and see what happens. And I'm only risking 1.3 points, $6.50 on the trade. That's my worst case scenario now. So that's the worst thing could happen. You know what that means? I have a stress-free trade. And I guess at this point, because I felt stress-free, I clicked the little machine wheel in the upper right corner up there, and that enables me to control the bottom and top of the screen and zoom in, zoom out, and get it just the way that I like it. Now, if it was a stressful trade, I probably wouldn't be stopping to do this. The same thing can be accomplished, by the way, most of the time with a zoom slide. It's in the green rectangle upper right of the chart there. $13 up, and we're getting along in this trade now, 7 minutes on. We put it on at 9.56. And we're about $15 to $20, somewhere in that range up. Now, I'm trading about 5 points below my 21.27 stop, so I'm going to go move it down again. I'll do it manually this time. Market's trading about 21.22, so I'm going to move it down to 21.25 this time. Now, granted, you may be thinking, and you'd be right, that 3 points off is not a wide margin to place a stop order. But I'll tell you what I'm thinking right now, even though the trade is going in my favor, it's not up much, $12, $15. But I'm also thinking the market's not exactly dropping like a rock either. And I don't want to go away from this with nothing, so I don't mind putting in my stop a little bit closer so that I can at least make something for my efforts here. Remember, the whole reason you're doing a small trade like this is so you can learn to try to read the MACD, get a feel for what's happening with the market, gain some experience, and that, in the long run, is what will build your confidence up. We're up about $20 in the trade right now, and the market's 21.60, and remember, we're short at 21.2570. And remember, during these live trade practice sessions here, remember you can stop, pause, rewind, make sure you follow the trades and do the math. The more you get used to it, the more repetitions you have, the easier it's going to get, and the more you're going to be able to concentrate on making money rather than tending to the mechanics so much. Now, wow, look at this. I'm adjusting my chart again up there, but look at the MACD below. The green line's going below the red line. That means we're picking up negative momentum. In plain language, the market is going in our favor. It's going down faster, and we can see it. So let's see what happens with this trade. Remember, the biggest two mistakes traders make is one, letting your losses run away, and two, taking profits too quickly and not letting a trade realize its full potential. Which is why I'm moving that stop down right now to 21.23, locking in another $10 on that. And I'm going to go up and see what's happening with the trade now. And as you can see, it's going more and more in our favor. We're trading down to 21.17.7. And we have our stop in at 21.23, and we're short at 21.2570. Okay, we got about $13.50 locked in, and we're up about $40 now, trading down at 21.16. And you know what the greatest thing about this trade is? The most money we've risked during the entire trade is $6.50. And this is a great practice trade here. I mean, practice by trading small, so you're not at risk for a lot of money, and yet you're able to experience all of the procedures, mechanics, and emotions of what the larger trades are going to be for you later. And it's very nice to be able to trade fairly stress-free here. And I'm still trading down around 21.16, 21.17. Now I'm $40 ahead or so on this trade. And so I'm really, even though it's unrealized profit, I'm still risking a part of that. I've only locked in $13.50, so I'm really risking about $26, the difference between the two on the trade here. A lot of people start trading small, as I'm recommending today in this video, and it's a great idea to do that. It helps build your confidence, and you get experience in many, many ways. But a lot of people do 2 or 3 trades in a row and they say, okay, I got it. And then they go and make 4 or 5 big trades and give 4 months of profits back to the market. Believe it or not, it's a very common occurrence. And the worst thing about that is that it destroys any confidence you've gained in the meantime because you reached out too soon trying to make big money. Stay obsessed with avoiding risk, not how much money you're going to make. Okay, we're trading down at 21.15, 21.14, so I'm using the click and drag now, I just did, to lower my stop. I've got it at 21.18 now. All I did was highlight with the left mouse click, and I hold it down and drag the stop where I want it to be, let it go, and it automatically changes that order. So the stop's at 21.18 now. As you can see here, the stop's still at 21.18. And down in the lower pane there, the MACD indicator, the green line is gathering downward momentum below the red line, which is very, very good for the trade. Then about 10 seconds later, we're trading down at 21.12. So it's time to revisit the stop. You see I'm using click and drag here, left mouse button, hold it down, let it go when you reach the new place you want to stop, which in this case was 21.16. I let it go there. Now we're about 14 minutes into the trade. The stop at 21.16, the unrealized profit about $74, and the market's trading about 21.11. And it's been a good trade because the most money we risked was $6.50. Now I'm at about 10.11. I'm going down to a stop of 21.15. Okay, now we're trading very, very close to being stopped out here. 21.14.50, and there it is, 21.15. We're stopped out of the trade. That was a pretty good trade and a very stress-free trade, which you should always strive for. Remember, after about the first minute into this trade, you can rewind and fast forward and go back and watch it all again if you need to pick up the pointers. The stats on the screen here are the type of thing that you should keep in your trade log, your trade journal as you're going along, and that way you have more than just a ledger about whether you won or lost the trade. Keeping a good trade journal requires a little more. And remember, since the background is white, you can do a screenshot on the videos here and then print that page out and make your notes directly on the page. That's a good idea too, because there's no formula for perfect trading, and you're not going to find it. This trade was really, as I said, pretty stress-free, and it's all because my number one priority from the moment I entered the trade was to reduce my risk exposure. And if you learn how to do that, that's rule number one, protecting your assets. And did I mention rule number two is never forget rule number one. Thanks for being around today, and I really enjoyed bringing this trade to you. Be sure and subscribe to the channel because you'll get notifications and you won't miss the new videos. And I need your help on one matter. If you want to see more videos like the one you've seen today, please hit the like button. That tells me about the kinds of videos that you choose to see, and that's very helpful. And don't forget, the videos are all free. I have a book on day trading the Micro Eminis, the only one out, I think, which is exclusively about that. So it costs about as much as a Chick-fil-A with waffle fries, and you'll find it on Amazon. You can hit the book link below, and you can see the table of contents for the book there if you want to. And of course, all the trades on the channel are done by Tastyworks, and you can get more information on Tastyworks at the broker link in the text below this video. I'm Don Singletary. Thanks for being along today. I hope every day is a payday for you, and thank you.